Good afternoon, everybody. This is Shruti Bhatta, your hyperlocal realtor from Coldwell Banker Office Real Estate in Hillsborough. It's a privilege for me to welcome our guest. She is the one and only inspiration for all of us at Coldwell Banker. And thank you, Mrs. Tiffany DeLucia, for spending your valuable time with us
No problem.
and giving us. There are a lot of questions from people right now about real estate. So if you would enlighten us with your knowledge, and that would be great. So the first question I have from people is like, where do you see the real estate market going in the next 6 months?
Great question. In the next 6 months, we're still gonna probably see an inventory problem unless the courts start to release more of the bank-owned properties.
Okay.
There's definitely an inventory problem that's been going on for the last few years, and there's still buyers that need to move. And when we talk about need to move, they actually need to move. It's not, you hear about buyers that were cautiously coming into the market, and these are not the buyers that we're talking about, you know, the ones that are gonna be truly affected by interest rates and so on. That's not what we're seeing. We're seeing people that actually need to move, and there's nothing for them to buy. So we're gonna probably be in the same boat in 6 months, unless again, the courts really make some hefty changes.
Well, that's a good news for the bank-owned properties and for the investors, because they're seeing a lot of investors in this market.
Mhm.
So what advice would you be for the investors? Should they go and just dive in this market?
It's really up to the individual investor. To start out as an investor, in today's market might be a little bit tough with inflation. Costs of materials are sky high. Just your overhead in general is gonna be a little bit higher unless you already have those pre-established relationships with companies. But, the old investors, yeah, absolutely, we need the inventory.
Do you think the interest rates will soften a bit, because buyers in this market have a lot of fears whether to, buy homes or not, or they should wait for next year or so?
It's always interesting to see in election years
Yeah,
to
that's
see
right.
what's gonna come. I know in New Jersey right now, you're starting to see for the November elections, that gas prices are going down.
Right.
So it'll be interesting, but it's a great question for you to ask maybe one of our guaranteed rate affinity affiliates.
Okay. Do you still think that it's a seller's market right now?
It's softened a little bit, but yes, still very much a seller's market. The way that we determine that is how many homes are on the market comparatively to how many buyers. So again, lots of buyers. I noticed since we're back into the swing of things of schools being back in, I've talked to quite a few agents that have done some open houses, and they're back on track, 10 to 20 to, I was just talking to one of our agents in the office, he had over 40 families come through.
That's great.
So, definitely starting to pick up a little bit.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ms. Alicia, for your time. I hope our people, clients, customers, everybody will take, whatever insights you have given us, and they will benefit from that, will be helpful to them. Thank you, guys. This is a very rare exclusive from Mrs. DeLucia, because she's putting time, and you can see there's a small angel in her lap too. So thank you, Ms. DeLucia, again, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.